Mae and Amber J. We have Sylvia Edmonds here from the Broken Women Foundation. So we are getting ready to get set up and get moving. For some reason, let me check and see what's going on because I really want you guys to be with us all night. I don't want anything to happen, anything to disrupt us. So I'll see what's going on with the live. It seems like right now. Alright, so let's see what we're back. Wait. That looks better. All right, so once again, it's your girl, Lillie Mae. Hey, Adam, straight out of Michigan. All right, look, Adam, for real. We about to get started in a minute. Let me get set up. I'm going to be working. I'm going to try to get to your comments and stuff like that. I'm going to be working the laptop. So we have a lot planned, so hopefully I'll be with you in a second. All right. I don't do no mess like that. I don't believe God would do that. God don't do no mess now. All right, Alicia. Yeah, this food. I don't know why you acting like that. You know God don't do no mess like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, Amber, how was your day today?
Oh my goodness, busy.
For real?
Up and down the road all day. Cause I had to meet with my neighbor at 7:30 this morning.
So you went and came back?
I was already up since 2, so.
Okay.
Came back, tried to take a nap, and then I woke up again and couldn't go back.
Child, I don't know this. Well, you know, I be calling like, what you doing? What you doing, girl? Show you, I be up all the time tonight. So I just be having stuff to do, honey.
I was trying to get a nap. I was like, okay, I see it ain't working today.
No, y'all good. I just need to check something.
It's been this one workout.
If you need me, Amber.
And you better hope I don't have to turn up.
Probably able to boot it now.
Yeah. I think you do got to do it.
Why you do me like that?
I'm gonna fix you in. Fix you right in. 2 6.
Alright, we'll be on in a few minutes.
Alright, talk, Amber.
Talk.
You talking.
Brooklyn, Zoo.
Talk. You talking.
Oh, okay. Oh, anyway,
You talking.
did that appeal so I can turn it.
Yeah.
To both the EDR and, Success too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Get it out of the way.
So guys, the call-in number is 804-915-5202. See, I did get it right.
It's already done.
No, I got it right when I gave it to Oh,
Did not.
did too. I did. Jessica said, what's the call-in number? I said 804-915-5202. See, I got it right for you.
Which one?
Huh?
Which one?
Who?
Which Justin?
Oh, Korea.
Oh.
Yeah. Some of hurt people. So, why y'all doing that show? I'm like, yo, we gotta do that show.
Yeah, she got a thing with just for the line of it. Talk to Lillie Mae.
See how Amber do me? Amber ain't right.
So they called your home name then? I got 1 minute.
All right.
That's right. They say Lillie Mae.
That's funny. You have on two mics.
Me?
I can't hear you. Some of you talking low tonight.
I'm talking in my regular voice. Let me holler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be loud.
I'm not a loud person.
All right, y'all. We'll be on live now. If you want to make sure you catch everything and don't miss a beat, and you're in the Richmond area, tune in. Comcast 95 Verizon 36.
Frank D. Wonderful job.
Thank you.
Bad boy D. All day.
Here you go. What you watching?
Bad boy D.
All right, you official. Slide over just a little bit and just take it.
You look all excommunicated and stuff. Like, okay, you ain't gotta come over here with us.
All right, we good.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. Let's see what it is. You turn on.
Hmm.
You turn on.
You found that.
I did last week. You go ahead.
Okay.
That one right there? Yes. Burn it up.
Make it do what it do, baby. Junior said it was like a secretary. Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's your girl Lillie Mae and
I'm Amber J.
And we are the Motivational Brown Girls. Guys, we are back for MBG Speaks 101. This is episode number 4. Now, just to recap, last week we had an interesting panel. We had Gyrlz and JP on, and we talked about the power of music and entertainment. Well, guys, tonight we are going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about healthy relationships, and our subtopic is none other than hurt people, hurt people. And so we have a special guest on tonight. But before we introduce our special guest, I just want to talk a little bit about some of the things that's been going on this week that solidify hurt people, hurt people. So, first things first, why are Amber J and I looking so funky tonight? Because we're having a 90s theme. We're on our salt, pepper, and Spinderella. And so we wanted to make it a little jiggy, a little funky tonight. Since we're going to talk about such a serious topic, we wanted to have a little fun with it. But guys, hurt people, hurt people. As you know, this week in the United States, number 45 did what, Amber? He fired who?
FBI director.
And so, do you guys realize that the same thing happened under the Nixon administration? Yeah, so I need you guys to pay attention to the news, read the newspaper, refresh the Watergate scandal and let's get this thing together. But we'll talk a little bit about that later. But why don't we introduce our guest, Amber, before we really start talking about relationships and hurting people?
Well.
What you think? Introduce our guest?
Yes.
Okay, guys. Tonight, we have on with us Miss Sylvia Edmonds. She is the CEO, glamour girl, diva of Broken Women Foundation. Welcome, Miss Sylvia Edmonds.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about the Broken Women Foundation.
Okay, as you said, my name is Sylvia Edmonds, and I am the CEO of Broken Women Foundation. And the whole thing behind Broken Women Foundation is to provide a safe place for women to be able to speak about what is hurting them or what they feel like they are missing out on life. So our mission is to structure and restructure minds to help women become better sisters, mothers, daughters, nieces.
Wow, Amber, doesn't that sound so much like, wow. Yeah. It's so interesting, guys, because I met Miss Sylvia on social media. You know, we always talk about how evil social media is, but evil people with ill intentions and self-centered intentions make social media a wicked place to be. A beautiful relationship and now collaboration and partnership came out of a Facebook posting, an event posting. But let's talk a little bit more about Broken Women Foundation and how you want to help people and how you want to help those young ladies who are between 13 and 17.
Okay. I guess I have to start by first speaking about my background.
Okay.
In corporate America. In corporate America, I had a very high-paying job as a project manager, and I worked for some of the major companies in the area. But what was happening and what I was noticing is that young people were coming onto the job scene and not even knowing how to dress, how to communicate. They use slang, and I'm looking at them like, well, what do you mean? So then I went into teaching. I was a college professor, and I taught computer science. And then when I met a lot of my co-workers that would see me at a restaurant or just out and about, and they were like, well, what are you doing now? And I would say, well, I teach college now. And they'll look at me and say, well, why are you wasting your talent teaching? That really hit hard.
Wow.
Really hit hard. Because if we don't take the time to educate our young people, guide them, be a positive role model, then what is the purpose?
Why are you wasting your talent teaching? Wow. Wow. Why are you wasting your talent teaching? So, Miss Sylvia, I have to ask, what did that do to you? Because it just struck a nerve with me, and not a bad nerve, because I'm a person that believes that constructive criticism is the best form of adjustment for change. Constructive criticism is a catalyst for change. So what did that do to you when that person said that?
It really made me feel sad.
Okay.
And it made me even question more about just people in general.
Okay.
In society. How do we not care for one another? How do we not build each other up instead of pushing each other down?
Wow. Building each other up, pushing each other down. It's real. It's real.
It really is.
So that leads us into the discussion about hurt people hurting people. And so, guys, look, y'all already know me. I am a stickler for education. I am a stickler for making sure that when I come to you, and when I come at you, and when I come for you, I'm coming at you, for you, and to you with factual information. And so I want to start this conversation off by saying something about unseen does not mean unreal. And so in this text, Hurt People by Dr. Sandra Wilson, it goes a little bit like this. No tears unless you're bleeding. One daughter recalls this phrase as her father's most memorable words. Sadly, such a rule reinforces one of the major problems associated with unseen wounds. Because they are unseen, no one believes they're real. This is why hurt people hurt people. Guys, I need you to understand something. You can hide behind your jokes. You can hide behind your sarcasms. You can hide behind all of the things that you do in the public eye to make yourself feel good and look good. But guess what? Underneath, when you get home at night, if you lay in your bed and soak and are sad and can't face the world, you are hurt. And hurt people hurt people. What you don't realize is that we have so many kids that are hurting because their parents are hurting, because their parents were hurting, and because their parents were hurting, they couldn't rear that child. They couldn't rear that child in love and truth. And so right now, we're trying to educate kids that are hurting because their mama can't or dad can't deal with the fact that they laid down with somebody that really didn't like them.
Two things on this. Two things. And we can get into the meat with the numbers, because a lot of people watching are numbers people.
Yeah.
But two things that just came to my mind. I just want everybody to know out there in TV land and Facebook Live, wherever we are, words have power. And the Bible says death and life is in the power of the tongue.
That's right.
Anything you speak out is breathed into people.
That's right.
So I came across something, again, scrolling on Facebook like I normally do, and it was a guy who graduated from college, African-American boy, had said in high school, his stepfather would not take him to a tour of college because he told him he wasn't going to go anyway.
Wow.
4 years later, the stepfather is in jail and the boy graduated college. Now, if he had, he heard it, and I'm questioning it hurt him, but in his mind, I'm going to show you better than I can tell you.
Woo!
But a lot of
Okay.
young adults don't, get that, and in turn, their dreams are crushed.
Wow.
So just be mindful, especially if you have young kids that are looking up and they're impressionable. Be mindful of what you're saying at all times, even as adults. In Miss Sylvia's case, somebody tell her, "What were you wasting your time teaching for?"
But
She's a grown woman. Why? Excuse me.
But
Me being ghetto, I probably went off.
Well, but Amber, I look at it two ways. When she just said that, it made me self-reflect. Guys, let me tell you something else. Self-reflect and self-evaluate. Stop playing the victim and blaming everybody else for your own insecurities. If you are insecure and you are struggling with self, you need to fix self first. Because hurt people, and your unseen wounds are ruining your life. But anyway, I digress. Back to you, Ms. Sylvia. When you stated that someone asked you, why were you wasting your talent teaching, that struck a nerve with me, because I was talking to one of my students' parents just earlier this week. And her exact words to me were, you are walking in your season, but your season does not stop here, because what I see in you, you cannot do while you're walking in the season that you're walking in. Wow. And basically this woman said to me, you need your own. And I'm like, I have never ever talked to this woman about my dreams and aspirations and what my next steps in my life are. And I'm like, how? But see, that's how I know that God places people in our lives for a reason. And we can destroy relationships by not stopping and listening to what's going on. And a lot of people are hurting right now because they destroyed simple situations. All because we are self-centered, We are egotistical and we cannot deal with healing our own wounds. Guys, let me tell you something. I was one of those hurt people that hurt people because I felt like every time I made a transition in life, I lost somebody. When I went to college, I lost my daddy. When I got into graduate school, getting ready to graduate, I lost my grandmother. When I got ready to go to high school, I lost my favorite great aunt. Guys, let me tell you something. Until I realized that I did not like transition because I kept losing people, I was hurting people. I was ruining relationships because I was scared of transition. Guess what? You keep on hurting innocent individuals because you're hurting. You are going to be alone by yourself, soaking in your own misery. But let's talk about the Broken Women Foundation because that's one of the foundations that's going to help some of these hurt people begin to heal. So talk about a little bit about what your vision is for the Broken Women Foundation.
Okay, my vision is for Broken Women Foundation, first of all, to become a household name. Not so much as recognition, but as a footstool, if you will, to help someone, to let someone know that they're not alone. You know, you have a place that you can go. With all the things that we deal with as women, most women don't even feel like they have a safe place to go to cry. Being so, if someone sees her crying, then they want to put her in this category that she's weak, or that she doesn't know her footsteps in life. And that's not always necessarily true.
Right, very much so. Right.
You know, and I'm going to be jumping all over the place tonight because I'm
Please,
so full, and
please.
there's just so much that needs to be said. Just like you, Amber, as you run down your Facebook feed and you're looking at different things. And one of the things that really bothered me is that I see people keep saying, stop posting your personal feelings on social media. Okay. If you're so concerned about people posting their feelings on social media, then why do you take the time to read their entire feed?
Wow.
Knowing that you have no intentions on helping that person or going behind that person and talk behind their back. Now, sometimes when a person come on Facebook, for example, and express their feelings, they feel like they're at their wit end. They have nowhere else to go. Some of us do not have the opportunity to have a loving, caring family, or even a loving, caring friend for that matter. So when they come on Facebook and they start talking about what it is that's bothering you, let me help y'all out a little bit.
All right.
If you not and do not have the heart to help these people and come on Facebook and make these negative comments about, I don't understand why they don't take their problems to Jesus or take their problem to God. Well, guess what? Everybody does not have a relationship with God or Jesus and do not know who he or she is. So how can they go there? Now, you put them back in a corner again with your negative comments, running off at your mouth, but you don't read that post to the entirety. Why didn't you think enough of that person to go to your sacred closet and fall down and pray to your God to help that person overcome? We so quick to judge and point fingers. We all have had those days that we don't feel like moving on, but we have to.
That's right. That's right.
We have to keep moving forward. And with negativity, let me just say this, because I told you I was going to be jumping all over the place.
It's all right. Look, I'm fired up. Y'all, I'm telling y'all now, I don't think we're taking no break tonight. Let's keep it going.
Well, yeah, because, you know, I know people that have committed suicide and have a loving family, a strong backbone structure. However, they felt like they were still alone. So then you come on Facebook with your little 2 cents, and some of you probably think that my comments are 2 cents, but that's okay. I'm still going to speak my mind.
All right.
Because I'm all about helping. If you can't help someone, take a seat.
That's right.
Move out the way so someone else can be in that person's life that care about them and will help them along. Also, when people come to you with a problem or a question, they're not always necessarily looking for you to answer it.
They just want a listening ear. They just
Yes.
want a listening ear. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me just interject right here. Guys, I'm not going to even touch on telling everybody to take it to Jesus, take it to God. Everybody, and the other thing is, everybody doesn't worship God.
That's so cliche.
You have individuals who worship the sun, the moon, and the stars. You can't knock them for that. If that's who they get their peace in, let them have it. Now, those of you guys who are supposed to be Christians, what you're supposed to be doing is listening to them and trying to bring them to Christ through a little process called intercessory prayer. So this is my thing. Number one, save yourself first. Heal yourself first. Stop ignoring the truth, because the truth is within. And what's happening is that you are hurting yourself because you will not receive the truth. Every time somebody tells you something that hurts your feelings, it's not their intention. I tell people this all the time. People quick to say, Lil, you mean. Why you gotta talk like that? Guys, it's never my intention to hurt your feelings, but the reality is this. I can't take the way you perceive or receive what I'm saying. The truth is the light. Let me tell you how I grew up. I grew up in a household where if I put on something and it did not compliment me or look right, my mother would look at me and say, you think you looking good? Well, let me tell you the truth, you not. And see, if more of your friends would start doing this on social media, people wouldn't be throwing shade at you in the background. Because see, social media got everybody thinking that they're looking good. Baby, you're not. Let me tell you something. I have people every 5 minutes saying, Lil, that's not for you. And guess what? I receive it. Because when you are secure with yourself and who you are, you do not hide behind a shield. You don't hide behind a veil. You don't hide behind social media or fake pages throwing shots at people. Guys, quit it. Quit it. You are not a child. Stop trying to live through your kids. Stop putting your kids in football, basketball, and baseball when they can't even walk straight.
Or read.
Exactly, guys. Or read. But you know what? Let's digress and let's talk about single fathers. Because see, all you hear is single mothers, but let's talk about single fathers. Guys, I'm about to hit you with some statistics. Let me tell you this, and I bet you didn't know this. 69% of America's 73.7 million children under the age of 18 live in families with 2 parents. With everything that you hear in the world, you would think that 69% live with single moms. Only 23% of children, guys, live with single mothers. But guess what? In 1960, 297,000 individuals lived with single fathers. 51 years later, 2,669,000 children live with single fathers. While that's only 2% of the children, guys, that speaks volumes. But guess what the government did? The government decided that there shouldn't be a category for single fathers. That single fathers should be included in the category of children living with grandparents and stuff like that. See, that's what the government does when they don't want you to know the truth. When they don't want single fathers to get child support, TANF, food stamps, and Medicaid for their kids. The reality is this. There are men out there who are trying to take care of their kids, but some of you hurt women who didn't have real daddies who sat you down and played tea party with you and called you their princess and called you their sugar pie, you are so hurt that you would not let your kids have a relationship with their father or even get a father a chance to raise their kids. No shade though. I'm sorry. Yes, I had a mother and father. But I also know what it's like to have a single parent because at the age of 14, my dad went into Alzheimer's. If any of you understand Alzheimer's, at 14 years old, I went from a child to a caretaker. There are a lot of teenagers today who are taking care of their parents, not because of illness, but because their parents can't take care of themselves because they're soaking in depression, bipolar disorder, multiple personality disorder, addictions, abuse, or just not there. Guys, hurt people hurt people. Your mothers and fathers have hurt you, and now you're hurting your kids. When will we break the cycle? Amber?
It goes back to self-evaluation. It comes a time when you sit back and realize why is the same cycle occurring and reoccurring and reoccurring. It's the same thing over and over again, and something needs to click to be like, okay, what am I doing wrong to where this thing is reoccurring? And once you figure that out, correct it, which will cut off the continual cycle. If you're out here just in relationships, and you happen to have children after children after children, but you're dipping on them because it happened to you, you may want to just think and stop. Stop repeating the cycle, because what you saw, you're repeating, and what your kids see, they're going to repeat. And it's just over and over and over and over and over. And again, people only want to get help when they really want to get help. We can lead them to water all day long.
But we can't make them drink.
We can't make them drink. And if you truly want help, if you truly like, you know what, I got to stop this thing, but I just don't know where to go. Yeah. That's why Miss Sylvia is here. That's why there are other foundations, other organizations to help you get on the track. It starts with you. It's like, it's the same, you do the possible, God does the impossible.
That's right.
Well, Amber, it also goes back to people not being honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Telling the person the truth about the situation. You know, you sitting on Facebook, might as well say butt naked, and people telling you how beautiful you look.
It says they covered up, girl.
Covered up, girl. And then they get on the phone and they call their girlfriend and say, "Did you see this mess?"
Woo!
That's not your friend.
No.
Did you really see how she is looking in that picture? We have to be honest with people. If we don't be honest with people and tell them the truth, there is no way that they're going to be able to break the cycle. Because your lie, your split tongue has deceived them, they will continue to make the same mistake over and over again. So where is the learning process?
Y'all on fire.
Okay.
Y'all on fire because we gonna have to take a quick little break. Y'all on fire and come on back and get some water. It's burning up here. This.
Well, Amber, can we close? All right, guys, we're gonna close out this segment with this. Hidden hurts, suffocating secrets, like weeds. They grow relentlessly through the cracks in our souls, threatening to overrun our lives. You are hurting, you are suffocating. And because you are so egotistical and self-centered, you don't have the juice, you don't have the guts, nor do you have the heart and soul to say, "Help me. I want to learn how to love." It's your girl, Lillie Mae and Amber J. We're getting ready to take a break, but when we come back, we're going to have a special guest caller. So stay tuned for Hurt People on MBG Speaks 101.
Cause he was trying to.
Yeah, I found I had some salt pepper.
Oh, you was breaking it.
And then he was like crying, and then he was like,
Okay.
I know, I forgot to.
I know it.
Alright, y'all, we coming, y'all. It's real. It's getting real. It's the real deal, Holyfield, y'all. I ain't lying. It's real up in here. Wow. This is serious. This some serious stuff, and I think it's hitting me so hard because ever since the weekend, like, you know, I've been, you know, dealing with a lot of different people and situations, and the biggest thing that sticks out to me, a really close friend to me, we had a conversation, and he was just like, I'm in this relationship and I don't want to be in it, but at the same time, I want my kids to, and I said, stop right there. The simple fact,
What time you coming? Call.
about 8:05, 8:10. Matter of fact, let me check on it right now. You know, and he was just like, yeah. He was just, no, I did it from the page and then shared it to the event. But he was just like, you know, I'm in this relationship and I'm hurting. You know, and I'm like, you shouldn't be in it then. You shouldn't be in it.
You live from the page?
Yeah. Well, no, from my page, but in the event though. Like I shared. And so, it's just like, at what point do we stop getting involved with people just to make ourselves feel good and get involved with people because we want to collectively feel good? We want to breed children that feel good about themselves. We want to breed children that are proud to say, I have a mama and a daddy.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got to wait.
I get right back up.
Oh, hey, coach.
I saw him.
We gotta wait for him.
Hey y'all, this is Amber J. Catching us on the second half of our show, Hurl People, with Miss Sylvia Edmonds of Brooklyn Foundation.
Yes, Sylvia.
So sit back, relax, we're about to go live on TV in a few minutes, and let me mic back up. Are they recording on here?
You got both of them on? We got two.
Yeah.
Getting good. You got outside? I'm coming y'all right now.
All right, guys, we're back.
3, 2.
And we're back. Once again, guys, this is your girl, Lillie Mae, and
Amber J.
And we have Miss Sylvia Edmonds on tonight from the Broken Women's Foundation. And guys, it's getting real hot in here. And I don't think this conversation is going to stop now because I'm fired up. My heart hurts, but my heart is happy at the same time. And my heart hurts because before we broke, I was going to talk a little bit about a situation that I encountered just this weekend and this week. So I have a really close childhood friend. And we grew up similar, grew up basically with silver spoons in our mouths. And it's so interesting because a couple of nights ago we were talking and he said, I don't know why I'm in this situation. And I'm like, I know why you're in this situation. Because the hurts that you saw growing up are the hurts that you've internalized and you did not deal with because you want to be so hard and men don't cry and men don't get emotional and men don't express what's wrong with them. And now you're hurt and hurt people. And he was like, there you go, getting all deep, there you go. But the reality is this, guys. If you saw something in your household or saw something in and out of your household that you didn't understand, ask questions. And you might not be able to ask your parents all the time. You might have to find that little old couple that live down the street and ask them how they stayed together 50 or 60 years. Because the reality is that, yes, God puts unions together, but guess what? God don't put every marriage that you see together. And don't think just because you take vows before God that he put it together. Because see, I think that's the problem that a lot of y'all have. You think because you marry somebody that God put it together. But there's a such thing as being unequally yoked. And if you're not equally yoked, meaning that if you're not on the same page and you don't believe the same things and want the same things, God didn't put that together. Because one thing I know that the God I serve doesn't deal in mess. But I'm going to digress and really, really try to wholeheartedly, if Topa has something to say, call in. But what I want to do, I want to address some of the social media comments because we have a lot of them. Miss Crystal Coleman, shout out Crystal, anointed hands, carrying hands. All right, Crystal said, some people don't value themselves. The heart must be healed. Healing comes from Christ. We are the intercessors. We draw people in love, not condemning people. Latoya Austin, shout out to Latoya, Amber's sorority sister also. She said, suspended judgment and listen.
Keep that dialogue, that's girl.
Guys, let me tell you something. Adam, thanks for watching. Julian, Luke Turner, everybody that's watching, thank you. Guys, we're on the road tonight. What y'all don't know about Lillie Mae is this. You know, I come across very, very bold, very, very, very direct, very assertive. Some people turn my assertiveness into aggression. But guys, I'm like a teddy bear. Oh, well, we have a caller. Good afternoon, calling. Thank you for calling MBG Speaks 101. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Mr. Broad Street promoted himself.
Y'all, I have to stop and pause for a minute. We have a caller on the line calling from Korea. Guys, this is significant. This is Mr. Broad Street Promotions himself, a very close friend, brother, just heartfelt person that truly has supported Motivational Brown Girls, and he is serving our country at the same darn time. So, Mr. Broad Street Promotions, how are you?
I'm doing fine, sir. What about yourself?
I'm doing really, really well. I'm pretty sure you heard the topic of the evening, and we're talking about hurt people, hurt people. And so tonight, Justin, what we really want from you is to give us a few minutes from a male perspective of when someone says that hurt people, what does that mean to you?
In respect to a person that has been in a bad relationship, once they'll say that they want a good person, but they'll take those negative aspects and those negative situations they've been through and actually put it on someone else. Maybe not consciously, not knowing that they're doing it, but their actions and the way they treat that person, it's kind of embedded in them. And I've heard someone say that, they were damaged goods, and they'll say it to themselves and jokingly, but truthfully, they're actually, being 100% correct, and that they are damaged. And until they, actually let go of that situation and possibly get some counseling and actually truly forgive that person that hurt them and move on, they'll always stay in that state of mind.
I had somebody actually tell me that.
Wow, Amber said she had somebody to tell her
I had
that.
somebody tell me that I was damaged goods.
Wow. So Justin, while we have you on the line, what would your advice be to the men out there who have been hurt and who seem to run at the, they can't really push through because they're hurting and they don't really understand what pleasure looks like outside of a sexual encounter.
Right now, you got, a can of worms, because I got somebody staring me straight in my face, not even a way, with this topic right there. So we're talking about that later.
I got it.
I would say to those men that have been hurt, so you just have to get over it. You have to really, I guess, reflect on oneself and just let it go. Know what you're looking for. Know that you can honestly say, hey, I'm giving all I can to this situation, this relationship, this person that I truly care about. And, that person took your kindness and weakness in a sense. Hey, as long as you can sleep well at night and know that you've done all you can for that person, you tried and over again, and that person just kept, dragging you through the mud, just let it go.
Cool, man. So Justin, just to close out, tell everybody what Broad Street Promotions is, and how they can find out more about Broad Street Promotions.
Broad Street Promotions is an avenue for people to pretty much in a sense just have fun. We do different events. We did 2 basketball tournaments last year, 2016. We're having a power show coming up June 17th at the Danville Resort North Theater on North Main Street. It starts at 7 o'clock and around 11. We're trying to get an after party at Body Curves. So Broad Street Promotions, the name derives from the street that I grew up on in Danville, on the south side. Our street, and promotions is to promote anything that's legitimate, legal, and supports the community.
That's what's up. And how can people find you?
You can find us on Facebook. You can search Broad Street ST Promotions. We also have a party page, Broad Street Transpo on Facebook. Also, we have an email address, broadstpromo@gmail.com.
Sounds great. Justin, thank you so much for chiming in, and couple more weeks, so hurry back.
Yes, ma'am. Likewise. You and Amber, take care, all right?
All right, thank you. Wow. So at the end of the day, a breath of fresh air, because I think sometimes our guys struggle with being vulnerable. And I'm glad Justin spoke on that, because that's another person that I, had many conversations with about, relationships, and asking, why do these things happen? Miss Sylvia, I want a more seasoned response from you. Like, what are your thoughts on the reason that we have so many men who cannot move past the hurts of their upbringing?
Okay, before I answer that question, let's talk a little bit about relationships then.
Okay.
Ladies, did you realize, or do you realize, that men have 2 categories of friends? Now, I'm not talking about Bobo the Clown. I'm talking about a man.
Oh my, okay.
Now, you have the 18. Those are his friends that go to the balls and the galas and upscale restaurants, champagne, so forth. Okay? Those are his friends. Now you got category B, his boys. These are the boys that he kick it with, where there is no real competition or anything else. They just hanging out, They drinking cheap beer. They, play the cards on the weekends, so forth. Now, those are the 2 that I talked about, Team A and Team B. Mm-hmm. And I want you ladies to think about which team are you?
Whoa!
Are you the one that goes to the galas and the balls? Or are you the ones that go to Billy Joe's house on Friday night to play spades and drink cheap beer?
Because he ain't taking you out in public, basically.
And then you got category 3 that you don't even register. And those are the ones that they call their West Virginia sister. So those are your 3 categories as to how men think and relate to a relationship. Ask yourself, where are you on that pipeline?
Wow.
And then that will help you answer questions about your relationships. And I hear so many women say, well, why do I keep getting the same type of men? It's because you draw that type of man to you. If you don't do the things while you're single and alone that you want a man to do for you and with you, it won't happen.
Exactly.
For example, if you want a man to send you roses or flowers just because, then you need to do those kind of things for yourself just because. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a little story to lead up to my next point.
All right.
In 1981, I was in the military, and I was assigned to an all-male unit. Now, this is a time that the military was just integrating women working side by side with their counterparts. So when my first sergeant came to the welcome center to pick me up, he looked at me and said, they told me he was coming. But they could at least send me an ugly one. So that way I wouldn't have to watch you 24/7.
Wow.
Okay, so now he's taking the reins, he's protecting me along the way. Okay. Because he's the first sergeant, and now I am the only female working with 300 plus men daily. Okay? One of the things he told me, he said, you should look at every man as a rapist.
Okay.
You should not ever come back to me crying and say someone did something to you, and the only thing you can say is they had on a blue shirt.
Okay.
He said, because I might just be the one that had on that blue shirt that day.
Okay.
You follow where I'm going with this? He also put it in because I still had my complete military duties as far as going to the field, to train, to protect. He sent me to bus driver school to learn how to drive the bus. Because whoever drives the bus must stay with the bus at all times. Now it looks like he's not giving me any special treatments or anything. I'm just the bus driver.
He protected you. Okay.
So I'm saying all this to you, like he said, and he also said, make sure that your uniform fit. Make sure that your uniform fit, and if you don't let your mouth say no and your body say yes.
Woo!
And I said all that to bring you to this. As I'm scrolling down my feeds again, I see a lot of women think that all they have to offer to the world is their breasts. Some of you are so good that you even bend over to make sure that you're getting that anger.
Woo!
Now you got these old grandpas and great-grandpas sharing your picture all over the world with no respect for you whatsoever. Learn to have respect for yourself. Make sure that you are walking the path and in the light that you want people to perceive you and see you as.
Very true. Very
So again, you keep asking, why do I keep attracting the same man? Well, you always going to attract a one-night stand just by the way you carry yourself.
Wow.
The way you look, the way you present yourself, the way you speak, and so forth. All of those things play into the role as far as your relationship with anyone. You have to be the part that you want to be the star of.
Ooh.
Men only do what women allow them to do.
Woo!
They can only do
I'm running praise.
what women allow them
I'm
to
glad
do.
we got a table.
Now, let me break that down a little bit further for you. A man has never selected you or chosen you to be his woman. You have chosen him to be your man. Now, why do I say that? Because once you say no or show no interest, he has nowhere to go but to leave you alone and keep walking. So you're in more control than you think you are, but your fears keep holding you back. You're scared to be alone.
Woo.
You're scared that the people next door are going to say X, Y, Z. You're so afraid of life that you're missing life by living through someone else's fears and control.
Wow.
Stop letting people that care nothing about you control your life. So, to put it in a nutshell, ladies, we have to do better. We have to think more highly of ourselves, not in a bad way or a way that you think that you're better than people. I'm not saying to do that at all. What I'm saying is, love yourself first.
Yes.
And then the person that you deserve will come along and love you.
Wow. Y'all, we might have an encore tonight when we get to the loft, because it's real. Miss Sylvia has said so much. And I don't even want to... I don't even want to pull back out because, guys, wow. You know, I think that all of us sitting around this table have been in situations where we knew we were in control of the situation. But I think because we have such huge hearts, we have allowed our counterparts to control our aorta. Look it up. We have allowed our counterparts to control our aorta. And Amber J she always throws shade at me. Because she always says, because you know Lillie, Lillie just be like, I don't want to talk to you no more. Bye. But
It does.
But the reality is that for so long, I allowed my counterpart to control my aorta. And when I decided that I did not want to have open heart surgery any longer, and I decided to go on a heart-healthy diet from love, was I able to turn a deaf ear, turn off any lustful feelings towards individuals who truly meant me no harm? And because of that, I'm secure in who I am, and at any given time, I just might be like, what? Bye. Simply because I know my worth, and I know that within myself, I deserve better than the best. But the only reason I know that is because I had a daddy that sat me on his knee. You notice I said his knee, not his lap, his knee. And told me time and time again, You are special. You are daddy's little girl. You deserve nothing but the best. Guys, hurt people hurt people. But what that means is that loving people love people. And one thing about a person who has been reared in love is that their heart pours out love. You can't pour out what you never had inside of you. So if I ever say to you, hurt people, just know that I know that you are, as Amber said, damaged goods, and you need somebody to pull the good out and pour it back in. Amber?
Y'all, this is the Sylvia show, y'all.
Oh, yes.
Well, why don't you tell them quickly,
Yes.
what do you see in the future between Motivational Brown Girls and the Broken Women Foundation?
Oh my goodness. In the future, and Miss Sylvia can elaborate a little bit more, partnering with her and the organization in a debutante ball.
Okay.
To pretty much uplift young ladies ages 13 to 17, I'll make sure I get that right, coming into adulthood or maturity, so to speak, the correct way. Not throwing a hoochie party.
That's right. That's right.
Hoochie party and everything under the sun, but in a nice, elegant way, as they did back in the 20s and 30s.
Yes.
It's showing appreciation, and to me, because I've never participated in a debutante ball, but what I took from it when I was being told about it, it came off to me like a ritual.
Yes. Yes.
Like a ritual.
Yes.
That's been passed down. Like, okay, my child is just certain age. As a father, I'm guiding you, and as a mother, I'm guiding you. And that's what I took from it. And I was like, wow, I ain't going to no debutante ball when I was small. I could have went. And I love to dress up. I go to a ball now. I've been to military balls, dream prom, all that stuff, but not a debutante, because I sure would have been with my gloves and I would have been flawless. But that's what I took from it, just a ritual of rite of passage to go to the next level.
Amber, that's what I was gonna say. And I had to drop the glasses because I was a debutante in 2001, and my dad couldn't escort me because he was deep into Alzheimer's at the time, and my brother escorted me. But although he was supposed to not know what was going on, y'all, when I walked in there with that white dress on, the smile on his face, I can see it to this day, was so bright. It was like my daddy was saying to me, at this moment, this disease does not have me. I have it, and that's my baby. That's why I try to tell people, guys, embrace your kids. Men, this is directly to you. Embrace your daughters. Embrace your daughters so that they don't go and have a man that will embrace them with the wrong type of love. Women, embrace your sons so that they don't go out looking for mothers. That's it. That's it for me, Miss Sylvia. We're going to let you close out because, woo, that's it.
Okay, you put me on the hot seat again.
Let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, where they can find you.
And let the people know where you can find you. The producer back here rushing me.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You can find Broken Women Foundation on Facebook. Just type in Broken Women Foundation. We also have a website, www.brokenwomenfoundation.org or .com. Our phone number is 804-263-3024.
Yes.
All right.
So we're always open. We're just a group of women that's willing to share our experiences where God uses broken people like you and I to heal broken people like you and me.
All right, well, this is MBG Speaks 101, Amber J, Lillie Mae, and as always, MBG listens.
And then we speak. Good night, everyone. it's like a 2-hour lag time. Hey everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. I am so sorry, y'all. Like this topic was so near and dear to my heart, guys. Like, hurt people hurt people. Stop hurting people. Just stop hurting people because you don't love yourself. Get yourself right. Evaluate yourself. Reevaluate yourself. If you don't know how to do so, I got a whole thesis on self-help and self-evaluation. Once again, it's your girl Lillie Mae and Amber J of Motivational Brown Girls. We love you to pieces. Our last episode will be next week, and we will highlight our men on a male empowerment panel. So once again, remember, MBG listens and then we speak. But let me tell you something. Don't for once think we sit back and do nothing, because we also believe that talk without action is null and void. Good night, everyone.
Before y'all, good night. If any of y'all want to help Miss Sylvia with the debutante ball or donate,
Yes.
please follow her on social media, Broken Women Foundation, and ask questions if need be. If you have young ladies who you think will want to participate, let her know as well. The planning is going underway, so the more we get it out the earlier, the better.
That's right. That's right.
Miss Sylvia don't play with that last.
Yeah, and she don't play with that CP time, y'all. She don't play. She don't play.
She don't. But thank you all for participating with the comments, all that good stuff.
Justin, we see you just tuning in, but guys, thank y'all so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate the simple fact that you rock with us. Once again, I'm your girl Lillie Mae, that's Amber J, and Miss Sylvia Edmonds of Broken Women Foundation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace and love, everyone.